No oil, fish, fowl, meat, or dairy. No oil. No oil.
So I said I'd make a video on oil. Here it is. So what's the deal with oil? Why are so many advocates of a plant-based diet telling you not to consume oil? After all, it is derived from plants. There are really a number of reasons why you should omit oil from your diet. The most obvious being your health. Oil is such a dense source of calories. It's got 9 calories per gram. You know, whether you look at olive oil, flaxseed oil, canola oil, soybean oil, whatever oil it is, even if it's oil for your car, it's 9 calories per gram. And so it's the most calorically dense source on this planet. And you know, studies have shown that consuming oil can lead to weight gain and promote chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and even some forms of cancers. So don't take this from me. Here are a number of well-respected health professionals telling you why you should not eat oil.
Dr. Vogel has gone on and shown us indeed that olive oil activates clotting factor 7 just as much as butter. Olive oil, along with meat and dairy, is implicated in a risk factor for breast cancer.
Per tablespoon, 2.5 times. Does it have any protein and amino acids that you need, essential amino acids? No. Does it have any carbohydrates and glucose for your brain and muscles? Does it have any fiber to keep you regular and life going smoothly? Does it have any fat? 14 grams. Does olive oil have omega-3s? A trace. Does it have saturated fat? 14%. Remember, all fats are a mixture. Does it have any vitamins? Well, it's got a little trace of vitamin E. Does it have any minerals? How many of you know that 2 tablespoons of olive oil have 3 times the saturated fat of 4 ounces of white meat chicken? How many of you know that 2 tablespoons of olive oil have the same amount of saturated fat of 4 ounces of lean beef? Guess which has more calories, 2 tablespoons of olive oil or a half a cup of premium ice cream? Olive oil. 2 tablespoons of olive oil have more calories than every ice cream, have more calories than most all premium ice cream.
Oil, just a humongous source of calories that you really don't need. And so some people get a little addicted to oily foods and they tend to have trouble losing weight. Let's keep the oils kind of low. Sometimes people take that bottle of olive oil and they go glug, 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 glug all over their pasta. Go easy with that, especially if weight is an issue, because the more you cut the fat, the more you're going to have a healthy weight.
When you take and you rip the oil out of a banana, or out of rice, or out of an orange, that's not food anymore. That's just oil. You left everything else behind. As a result, these oils are very toxic. They cause obesity, they promote cancer, many of them promote heart disease. With the obesity comes all kinds of problems like type 2 diabetes and damage to the joints.
If you are overweight or your friend's overweight and they're trying to lose weight and they are eating olive oil, they are kidding themselves. It's going to keep you stuck. It is liquid fat. The reality is olive oil is really dense with calories. It is the most calorie-dense food we have, 4,000 calories in every pound. We're trying to get a 4-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. Olive oil ratio is 14-to-1 omega-6 versus omega-3. And we're trying to lower saturated fat. They want no more than 7% saturated fat in our diet. Olive oil is 14% saturated fat. How does pouring 14% saturated fat help you get to your intake of 7%? And as Dr. Esselstyn is trying to tell us, the olive oil and all these refined oils, they're not friendly to your arteries. They make your arteries stiff, and they keep your arteries from dilating and relaxing in response to nitric oxide, which helps keep our tissues healthy by allowing blood to be delivered to them.
The relative paralysis of our arteries for hours after eating fast food and cheesecake may also occur after olive oil. Olive oil was found to have the same impairment in endothelial function as the rest of these high-fat meals. Sausage and egg McMuffin was the worst, but olive oil wasn't far behind. A significant constant decrease in endothelial function 3 hours after each meal, independent of the type of oil or whether the oil was fresh or deep-fried. Olive may be better than omega-6 rich oils or saturated fats, but still showed adverse effects.
So there you have it. Oil is not a health food. It is refined and liquefied fat that has been extracted from the other beneficial parts of a plant. And last time I checked, Americans do not lack in their fat intake. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not against consuming whole fatty foods like olives, peanuts, soybeans, coconuts, avocados, these types of foods that oil is extracted from. I'm not against consuming these types of whole fatty foods because they tend to come with other benefits besides just refined fat. The other thing is manufacturing oil is a very wasteful process. For example, look at olive oil. You go in the supermarket and you buy a 1 liter bottle of olive oil. It took 1,000 olives to produce that. There's no way anybody can consume 1,000 olives by the time they're done with a typical bottle of olive oil. A large tree can produce just 5 liters of olive oil. So just another reason why you should consume whole foods, just to produce less waste. Another thing you should think about is how these oils are harvested. In particular, palm oil has been known to be very destructive to the environment and wildlife. So I hope all that makes sense to you on why I advocate an oil-free plant-based diet. It's really not good for you. It's a wasteful process and it's damaging to the environment and the animals. Plus, it does not even taste good. The reason why people add oil to their food is because it's a large source of calories, plus it makes the salt and spices stick to the food. So it really does not add any flavor to the food. Plus you can do a lot of great cooking without any oil. You go out once in a while to a vegan restaurant, there's a little bit of oil in your food, that's fine. It's no big deal. You don't have to freak out. You know, we're talking about what you do day in and day out. If you're consuming a whole food plant-based diet at home, that's what I want to see. If you go out and there's a little bit of oil in your food, it's no big deal. And I really don't want to overwhelm anyone with this information, whether it's vegans or anyone who is thinking of adopting a vegan lifestyle. Seriously, if you've given up animal products or you're on your way on doing that, you are doing so much better than everyone else. But nonetheless, I still want to share this information with you guys. That way I can get you thinking and you can make the decision whenever you're ready. So let me know what you guys think of oil in the comment section down below. Do you guys use it? And if so, what is your reason? Give this video a like if you got something out of it and subscribe for more videos on nutrition and the vegan lifestyle. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's just take a moment here because some people still are not clear about the fact, no oil.
Oh, no, not olive oil. It's heart healthy.